The Philippines did not make any commitment to China that it would remove the US Typhon mid-range missile system in the country, according to the National Security Council. In a press conference on Friday, February 14, National Security Council spokesperson Jonathan Malaya refutes the statement of Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun that Manila made such a promise to Beijing. According to Malaya, the Philippines never promised China to withdraw the US Typhoon missile system from the country. In a regular briefing on Wednesday, February 12, Guo said the Philippines pledged that the Typhoon system's deployment was temporary and it would be shipped out of the country after relevant military exercises. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson then claimed the Philippines breached such commitments. The Typhoon missile arrived in the country from the United States on April 11, 2024 and was first used during the Balikatan exercises. The missile system has stayed in the country since. In 2024, AFP Chief General Romeo Bronner Jr. said he wants the Typhoon missile to stay in the country forever and hoped the Philippines could acquire its own. Former President Rodrigo Duterte hits back at President Bongbong Marcos, describing his successor's government as failing short of expectations. At the proclamation rally of his slate of candidates on February 11, Marcos took a swipe at Duterte, claiming that the Alyansa para sa Bagong Pilipinas slate had no bets tainted by the Duterte administration's bloody war on drugs or pro-Pogo sentiments. During his speech at the PDP Laban Senatorial Proclamation Rally on Thursday, February 13, Duterte hits Marcos for the price of rice, a key promise in his successor's presidential campaign in 2022.
Ganito na lang, marami tayong problema. I think the Marcos government has fallen short of the expectations. So kagaya nitong bigas, which is really tumatama yan sa tiyan pati sa puso ng Pilipino, it goes on up and nahihirapan po ang Pilipino to cope up. Bukang hindi niya kaya na habulin yung presyo. Pero yung immediate, urgent need to solve is really itong presyo or the price of rice.
Duterte also believes Filipinos are now annoyed with the Marcos administration due to several reasons.
Alam ko na pipika ang Pilipino as of now, hindi, not hatred or anger. Pero I could sense, andyan ako sa napipika na ang tao. Kaya yung sentimento ng tao, papasok yan sa utak nila habang nagbuboto, patay. Ako, sigurado ako na ang Pilipino napipika na. Either failed promises or whatever.
In his speech, Duterte once again alleges that Marcos is addicted to illegal drugs.
Meron isang presidente na talagang bangag. Hindi naman buang, pero yung bisyo ng droga, long term yan. Maging ulol si Marcos, kung maybe constant use of heroin, aabot pa siguro siya ng 80. Pero pagdating sa panahon na yan, hindi na siya gumagalaw.
This is not the first time that he linked Marcos to the use of illegal drugs. In 2024, he accused Marcos of being a user of illegal drugs, claiming he was shown evidence by the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. The PDEA had denied Duterte's claim that Marcos was on a drugs watch list. In response to the former president's accusation, Marcos attributed it to Duterte's alleged fentanyl use. Marcos also laughed off the question asking if he took illegal drugs, saying he will not dignify it. Former President Duterte is endorsing candidates of PDP Laban. The result of the May 12 senatorial race is crucial for Duterte's daughter, Vice President Sara Duterte, because it will determine the composition of the Senate impeachment court that is expected to hear the impeachment complaint against her. Former President Rodrigo Duterte jokes about killing senators to make more vacancies for the senatorial candidates he is endorsing. During the PDP Laban senatorial proclamation rally on Thursday, February 13, Duterte says in jest that killing senators will make room for his bets.
Ngayon, marami kasi sila, ano dapat ang gawin natin? Patayin natin yung mga senador ngayon para mabakante. Kung makapatay tayo ng mga 15 na senador, pasok na tayo lahat. Pero kawawa naman. Pero nakakainis kasi yung, hindi naman lahat. Pero, sabi nga, talking of opportunities, the only way to do it is to pasabugin na lang natin yung
PDP Laban is fielding 9 candidates for the Senate in the May midterm elections, namely Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bongo, musician and lawyer Jimmy Bondoc, former Interior Undersecretary J.V. Hinlo, ex-presidential advisor for Northern Luzon Raul Lambino, actor Philip Salvador, Sagip Party List Representative Rodante Marcoleta, former Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez, and detained Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Apollo Kibuloy. As Duterte's former National Police Chief, De La Rosa implemented a brutal drug war that left thousands of mostly poor people dead. Duterte and De La Rosa have been charged with crimes against humanity in the war on drugs at the International Criminal Court. Meanwhile, Go was linked to the drug war during an inquiry in the House of Representatives. One of the urgent matters that the incoming senators will have to tackle after they take their seats in July will be the trial of impeached Vice President Sara Duterte. The election of her supporters was one of the rallying cries of PDP Laban. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin maintains that the Department of Justice has the fullest autonomy on the criminal complaints filed against Vice President Sara Duterte. In an ambush interview on Thursday, February 13, Bersamin says the palace is aware of the complaints filed and they will let the process proceed on its own. Bersamin emphasizes the DOJ's autonomy, noting the palace cannot give directions as far as these matters go. When asked for a comment on Duterte's statement that her threats to President Bongbong Marcos and his family members were merely conditional, Bersamin says they will leave that to the hands of investigators. The National Bureau of Investigation on February 12 filed before the DOJ complaints for inciting to sedition and grave threats against Duterte. The complaints were in relation to her remarks during an online press briefing in November 2024 when she said she had instructed someone to kill Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez should she herself be killed. Duterte has repeatedly denied that she made any threat to assassinate the president.